Hey guys, so I'm back and we're gonna get into this look. Okay guys, let's get in this look. I have my new wig on. This is ondibu hair I purchased. This is 220s at 18 and the 16-inch frontal. I got it in 613 blonde and I dyed it myself. This is Pervana's silver with Pervana's smoky silver, which comes out like kind of lavender. And I did the roots and I still feel like the roots look green. You tell me. But yeah, just curled it today, and I washed it last night. But into this look, I use this palette right here. This is the Sephora editorial palette. This palette is chalky-ish. Chalky. I had a lot of fallout on the bottom of my eye, especially from this blue that's in the crease. I did a look last week, but I hated how it came out, period. And even though I tried to make it work, I actually went out with it on, I just didn't upload it, nor did I post pictures on Instagram. So this is my second time into this look. I'm into this this palette. The palette, the pigmentation is there, but it's just so powdery. This is super powdery, like on a 10th scale. I'm looking for something because I'm trying to, because the inner part of my eye didn't crack again. It comes with this sleeve of the names. In this case, we just want to soak it for about 10 seconds right there. It's like killing me. So yeah, I don't know if the cracking has anything to do with my eyes, because my eyes do water a lot, but yeah, this palette is super pigmented and it's giving me life. If it wasn't such a powdery outcome, I feel like with this cut crease I used, oh, what was I used? The Select cover-up concealer. This is NW35. I feel like you need a sticky base. You need something that it can, you know, really lock on to. I would say either this or MAC's eye primer, and I would do your eyes in sections. Like I would do the crease, cut, you know, if you want to cut the crease or whatever, do that first, I mean afterwards, and then pack one color on, then another, and then try to blend those two or three. I have three on my lid to blend that out, because it's just such powder, and you need to overlap the colors so they are blended to each other as well. So just take your time. This is really good pigmentation, but the fallout is extremely real. I did order the controversial, I say that right? Oh, whatever. What is that palette? Like, I'm losing my train of thought. Anastasia's Subculture palette. I pushed that through. Anastasia's Subculture palette, and I will be doing a review on it and tell you what my thoughts are, because I feel like the way people be talking about that palette, I feel like this palette is the same. It's super powdery, super fallout on the eye. It's pigmented, but it's just, well, not all of this, because they did say like it skips places and it's not blending as well. This does blend. Hey guys, I'm gonna go into my soft ochre paint pot, and then I'm going to set my whole eye with the Bobbi Brown's Camel eyeshadow. And then we're going to get into the eyeshadows from the Sephora palette. Okay, then I will start it off with that color right there. I used a pointed brush, kind of fluffy. It's a Cosetti brush. And I wanted to lay that down first, kind of light layer of the color, and just blending that out. Then I also went with this darker orange color, or apricot, if you will, color, and I put that underneath where I put the first color down, and just blend that out. And then I went back into that very raspberry color, and I went in with a very um, precise type of brush, just so that I can get it exactly where I want it. And I wanted it to be really dark into the crease and all the way over. So I used that brush, and it's another Cosetti brush. It's a very small brush. And then I got into cutting the crease, which I used MAC's NW35. Okay, now I'm going into that concealer, and I'm laying it down and carving it all the way over. And taking my time with it. It's all about taking your time, don't rush it. Okay, now we're going to go into that lid color. I'm going into a very light pink inside the palette, and I'm going to lay that down in the inner part of my eye. Later, it felt like, well, since I had so much fallout, I got some into my eye, and my inner eye started to water up because of that. The next shade I used was that purple in the palette that I'm pointing to right there. And I'm putting that right next to where I laid that pink at on my eye. I tapped as I went up, and I had to go back into the pink and blend that out, and then back into the light pink, and then going back into the purple to blend that out to get it to look how I wanted it to. Then I went into that blue, and the blue was for the outer part of my eye, and the same thing. I went into the blue, then I went back into the purple, and then back into the blue, so I can get it exactly how I wanted. And then after I was done with what I felt like I liked, I took the wet wipe and I cleaned up the edges, and I just went upward so that it looked more crisp. And then I did my eyeliner. That's me using the wet wipe. And then I get into the eyeliner. Okay, my eyeliner is, what is this? Catrice Cosmetics Liquid Liner. This is in Dating Joe Black, number 10. This is the first time me to really dabble in this eyeliner, and it was okay. It was just harder for me to feel myself doing this, because usually when I do eyeliner, I have to be very close to my mirror, but I wanted to show you how I do my eyeliner. So I got my other mirror and got really close so I can at least show you where I'm going with how I'm doing it. Okay, on to the face. I'm using my Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer, and also my NARS Oil Control Primer. Put it right on my cheek and my chin and my forehead. And then I also put on my Marc Jacobs Dew Drops on my face. I use way too much, but okay. I just went in too hard with the Dew Drops, but it happened. My foundation was coverfx Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation. It's in the N100. I really feel like this is like a perfect shade for me. And then I went into my concealer, which was my MAC Pro Concealers. I used NW35 mixed with NW40. Put that in my T-zone, on my chin, right by my mouth, and then my nose. And just blend it out with my beauty blender. Then I got into my setting powder, which is the Mercier medium dark setting powder, which I am in love with. I feel it's so natural and it doesn't look over the top. Then I use my KKW contour stick, and this is the lighter contour shade, and I love that to contour my nose. Then I went into Bobbi Brown's Camo eyeshadow to set that, and I love that powder to set my contour on my nose. Then I went into the coverfx cream foundation that I just purchased. It's way too dark for me, so I used it as a cream contour on my face. And then I went into the contour powder from Tarte, the Makeup by Shayla contour palette. I used the lighter color in there. And then I also went into with the Sephora powder. It's in 68 Deep Mocha. This is the matte perfecting powder foundation. And my highlight is the MAC's Shaft of Gold. Then I went into my blush, which was illamasqua's Excite. And there's the pictures. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial.